Happy Monday, everyone. Time for another live commentary. As most of you probably know, we recently had a men's and women's World Cup in Belgrade, Serbia about a week ago. So, to kick off my coverage of that tournament, I'm going to bring you this team match from the men's team foil event, featuring Germany and Argentina. This match is pretty special for a couple of reasons. First, on the left we have the German team, who are a much younger squad than I think most of us are used to seeing from Germany. The German team today consists of Alexander Koll, a 28-year-old righty, currently world rank 76. He's a pretty big and athletic guy. I don't think I've covered him on this channel yet, but I think he should be somewhat recognizable to people who've been watching men's foil quite a bit. Also on the German team is Niels Fabinger, a 20-year-old lefty, currently world rank 246. This is his first year of senior tournaments, but he did get 14 touches on Shikine Takahiro in the individual event, so showing some promise there. And the final German teammate is Moritz Renner, a 20-year-old lefty, currently world rank 316, and I don't really know anything about him. And facing off against that German team, we have Argentina. Now, in the round right before this, Argentina actually took out Korea, 45-44. So they were doing insanely well already. This Argentinian squad consists of Dante Cerchetti, a 19-year-old righty, currently world rank 368. I don't really know anything about him. Also, Nicolas Marino, a 22-year-old lefty, currently world rank 138. I also don't know much about him. And finally, Augusto Cervello, a 22-year-old lefty, currently world rank 86, who trains at my club, and I've actually fenced him quite a few times in the last few months. Now, I am going to include my usual disclaimer. Although I know Augusto, and I'm really stoked that he's appearing on my channel, and I'm trying to support him as best I can, I am still going to try to maintain a level-headed and unbiased commentary. It's possible that the times I've fenced him and seen him fencing at the club might help with my analysis here, but in truth, I don't think I can draw too many conclusions from the bouts that we fenced because he's just so much better than me. But at any rate, I am super stoked to have him appearing on my channel here. Let's get into this match. The first bout is going to be between Fabinger and Cervello. The time is at 1 hour and 21 minutes exactly on the clock, so let's do this. 3, 2, 1, play. And here we go. Augusto comes out with a march. Okay. Fabinger tries an attack, but Augusto, easily out of distance, starts searching on his march. Oh, and Fabinger actually able to pick him off there as he's searching. So, Augusto opting to search a lot early on in this attack gave Fabinger a window there. We'll see if he's going to keep doing that. Looks like he's starting slowly, but that honestly looks like bait to me. Oh no, the camera's not... I really hope they're going to start turning the camera. This would be really awkward if I have to go the entire match. Oh no, was this a huge mistake covering this? Okay, longer beat attack there from Augusto. Kind of makes sense, because he was showing a lot of searches earlier. Maybe trying to bait Fabinger into staying close so that he can hit with that longer beat attack. Or maybe going for that longer beat attack in response to Fabinger going for a counterattack previously. It's a lot harder to land that counterattack into a search if your opponent's coming a lot faster. That time, again, searching for the blade quite big and then finds an off-target. Alright, more marching and more searching from Augusto. And another counterattack by Fabinger is off-target. Alright, longer attack, and presumably that was just the first attack that hit by Augusto. I, again, really hope they start turning the camera here. It's really annoying to not see anything off the left of the screen. Alright, now it's Fabinger with the march. And it looks like Augusto hit some sort of stop hit or counterattack there. I did not hear any blade contact. But Augusto acquitting himself quite nicely against this younger German. So far, at least. Oh, man, able to find a nice 6 flick. Barely in distance there to hit. Now, Augusto does have some pretty devastating flicks at his disposal, as I'm well aware. And there, finishes with a long attack. Very well done. Ooh, let me actually bring up... I have a little file here that has the list of the bout order. Alright, so the second bout is going to be between Koll and Cerchetti. Let's see how this goes. Let me actually move this around a little bit on my computer. Okay, that's better. Alright, and there is Alexander Koll. Like I said before, he's probably the best known current member of this German team. And his opponent, Dante Cerchetti, I know pretty much nothing about, so kind of a reverse of the previous situation where I know much more about the German. So let's see how this goes. Kahl's main advantage, I think, is his sheer size and athleticism. He's very much able to trample his opponents up and down the strip if they let him. As we see here, nice march. Cerquetti gives him plenty of space, being pretty passive on defense. Cerquetti turns it around. Looks like he's marching an 8. Again, very measured. Wow, honestly, nice long finish there. Now, Kahl wasn't getting away as fast as I think he could have. I've seen him pull off quicker footwork than that. Oh, man, devastating counter time there. Bait Cerquetti into going for what looked like an attack and prep, and just destroyed him within a 6th flick. Kind of like what Augusto did to Fabinger earlier. And there's a stop hit by Cerquetti. Nice. Looks like Alexander Kahl was rushing a little bit too much, and with his arm a little bit too far back. Again, very passive distance manipulation here by Cerquetti. It's just one step in, one step out. Nothing crazy or bouncy in and out like the Koreans often do, or even the newer US fencers. Tries a pretty ambitious counterattack, but Kahl's able to pick him off with an off target. Alright, Kahl on the march again. Both stop, both go, but I think that one's still Kahl's attack, even though it was one light for him. Alright. Oh, Cerquetti finds the blade back and starts marching an 8. Let's see what he's going to do with his finish here. Oh, wow. Kahl gets a counterattack there. Perhaps his Germanness is showing a little bit. The German squad is, or at least the older German squads have been well known for their counterattacks. This newer squad I'm not too sure about. Kahl's certainly capable of pulling off stuff like that, though. Nice long attack off the line. And it looks like Cerquetti's focus is flagging a little bit here. He had a nice chain with that attack into that stop hit before. But it looks like Kahl's slowly starting to figure out his distance here. Gets a counterattack, though, as I say that. And again, Kahl's having some trouble hitting this attack. And honestly, this is something we'd expect to go... this bout here should probably go much more in Kahl's favor just based on the results of these two. Cerquetti is much less well-known and much less experienced at this level. But Kahl, unafraid, staying in distance very long. Looks like... oh, wow, this is really dangerous from him, though, because remember, before, Cerquetti was able to catch him with an attack, even when he was trying to run away. Now, though... oh, did Cerquetti find the blade there? Okay, Kahl is probably attack fair for Kahl. That makes sense. So, yeah, it looks like Kahl's kind of opted for a stonewall defensive strategy. Possibly because his counterattack is a bit more threatening than his longer distance stuff. So he's unafraid of just staying close. And again, able to find an attack this time. Cerquetti didn't try to counterattack that time, though. He was trying to find parry or post. So it's possible, actually, that Cerquetti could switch back to a counterattack and maybe get one more here. Oh, no, but runs into another beautiful countertime circle 6 flick by Kahl. And Kahl's taken this spout over handily. Another attack. Yep, that's probably Kahl's all the way through. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happens often when you get a less experienced fencer against a more experienced one. There can be a few surprises early on, but often experience tells in the last few touches of the bout, and here it's been all Alex Kahl. Again, stonewalling him on defense. Cerquetti can't stop here. Oh, tries a counterattack. Cerquetti finds her remise, but oh, it's still going to go through. I was actually thinking that Kahl might have been off the strip before that happened. Referee kicking away dismissively that water bottle. 9-9. Let's see. Cerquetti's kind of doing the same thing Kahl was doing on defense. Wow, able to find the blade there somehow. Kahl was finishing kind of short for the distance, though. Alright, more marching from Cerquetti. What's Kahl going to do? If memory serves, it'll probably be a counterattack. Okay, just finds the blade and starts. Oh, finds a flick, but it goes off target. That's unfortunate. That would have been a beautiful last touch for Kahl there. And again, looks like Cerquetti's counterattack not working out too well that time. Alright, Cerquetti finds the blade, though, and starts marching. Kahl again, just stonewalling. Actually a little more bouncy this time. A little more active with his feet. Finds another parry post. That 6 flick isn't working too well anymore. It's gone off target the last 2 times he's tried it. Possibly because the distance was a little bit wrong for it. Oh, man. Kahl's getting very unlucky with these. That was a beautiful attack by him, but he just went off target. And Cerquetti's honestly still kind of playing with fire here in terms of the distance. Let's see. Still unafraid, but finds the blade. Marches very calmly in 8. Oh, Call tried another kind of ducking counterattack, but just fell over and didn't get any lights. That is rough. Oh, man, okay. So now I'll eat my words again. This bout kind of swung Zirkini's way, then it swung back Alex's way, and now it's just kind of a little bit derpy, if I have to say so. That time, Alex just finishes it with an attack. And 10-9. So Augusto's the lead that Augusto gave this Argentinian team has evaporated, but there's way more in this match to go. So the next bout is going to be Nicolas Marino and Moritz Renner in the reverse order from what I said, because it was reversed for some reason at the bottom of the screen. These are two guys who I know pretty much nothing about. So, yeah, who knows what's going to happen now. There's the test. I have no idea what to expect here. This should be pretty fun. Alright, so Marino marches. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Kind of finished with the foreflick there and went off target. Although it may be that his weapon's having some problems. A little bit of a thwack on his weapon just to see if that was causing it. Okay, they're going to keep fencing. Okay, Marino finds the blade and starts marching again. We'll see if he's going to go for that same style of fast finish that he went for before. Nope. It's a little longer and a little slower. Able to escape from Moritz's finish, though. Interesting. Nice tempo change in his march there, Marino. But kind of stops his attack, and that lets Renner take it over. But Renner also gives up his attack, and Moritz starts. Okay. Wow, very back. Why does Renner not want to push this march any farther forward? I'm kind of confused. Finds a close distance compound riposte idea there. Kind of baited Marino. That back and forth idea kind of baited Marino, I think, into getting a little closer. Kind of as the pendulum swings back and forth. Distance gets harder to control precisely. That felt like the light was actually before Marino hit anything. Huh. Oop. Looks like Renner didn't hear the referee say fence. Yeah, it's interesting. Renner isn't really trying to march past his own on-guard line. I guess now he is, but interesting. Marino very, very calm with his march. Finishes. Okay, how's the ref going to call this one? I would still say to the right. And the referee agrees with me. Huzzah. So yeah, very slow start. Able to convince Renner to try and maybe find a pickoff type idea. Oh, was that the first one that he got? If so, that's really impressive to hit and preem like that. Yep, goes through. Against lefty versus righty opponent, that fast transition to preem and close is absolutely killer. Alright, here we go again. Okay, Marino again marching very relaxed. Finishes out of distance. Renner starts. Whoa, what? No lights there. Okay, now Renner's able, at least willing to push a little bit closer with this march. Though, gives it up, and now Marino starts marching very calm. Misses, though, and Renner gets a counterattack. So it's interesting in this situation. It's, it really seems like the closer distance finish is going to be better for Marino here, despite the fact that Renner seems to be looking for counterattack more often than not. It's kind of a weird tactical situation, if I'm honest. That's probably still attack from the left, right? Yep. And 13-11. Oop. A little bit of a false start there. Renner's been having some trouble hearing the referee, I think. Possibly because the other matches that are happening are so loud. Again, out of distance finish by Marino, but that lets Renner start. But Renner just gives it up. It's really, yeah. Neither of these fencers really wants to commit too hard to their finish, it looks like. Renner keeps marching. What's Marino going to do here on defense? Tries another counterattack, but that didn't work the first time. Certainly isn't going to work now. Renner's going so controlled that he's still able to find the target. Alright, more marching from Marino. Finds some sort of off target. Might have been considered a counter time because there was a little bit of a blade contact there. Not really sure. Renner marches though, and now Marina really has to find a better solution than that counterattack. Able to take it over, but finishes too long, and Renner gets another... Oh, I think the referee actually said it was parry or post. It looked like a counterattack from where I was sitting. And now 15-11 to Germany. I don't know why they keep switching the names at the bottom there. That's really weird. But that is going to bring us to our fourth bout, which is going to be Fabinger versus Cerchetti. Fabinger, of course, got a little bit wrecked by Augusto. And Cerchetti got a little bit wrecked by Call. So we'll see how this goes. Of the two, I would probably favor Fabinger just because I know he lost 15-14 to Shikine. And anyone who can do that is certainly able to make some miracles happen on the strip, as far as I'm concerned. And again, I know almost nothing about Cerchetti, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so Fabinger finds the blade. Cerchetti doing his same kind of, sort of staticky looking probe into the distance, and able to pick him off with one. Wow. Kind of like what Fabinger himself did to Augusto for the very first touch of this match. As Fabinger was just a little bit too searchy, and that let Cerchetti sneak in a counterattack at the right timing. Now Cerchetti doing his march in 8. Fabinger escapes though, starts marching himself. Again, Cerchetti's kind of just matching distance here. He's not doing too much to disrupt the march, really. But Fabinger's attack kind of peters out, and that lets Cerchetti start again. Again, though, the long finish, Fabinger's still able to escape. But Cerchetti's counterattack once again. Now, unlike the previous one, that wasn't Cerchetti counterattacking into a window that Fabinger was giving him. That was him crushing distance really aggressively, which is what caused Fabinger to miss. So, the action is the same as the counterattack, but the setup was vastly different. Alright, probably attack from the right off target. Can't really tell what the referee said there. Alright, Cerchetti on the march once again. Fabinger trying to kind of put his blade out in front, be annoying. Again, Cerchetti's long finish. Fabinger just parries and starts. That's riposte from the right off target, almost certainly, right? Yeah. That's definitely remise from the left. Alright, Cerchetti marches. Now again, Cerchetti's finish hasn't really been threatening here. It's been his counterattack that's gotten him both his touches this bout. And yeah, runs right into Fabinger's parry post. Very nice foreflick there. So if Cerchetti wants this attack to be effective, he's got to either use it to set up another counterattack. Although it looks like Nils is starting so slowly that it might be harder for him to actually use that as a second intention into a counterattack or a knees idea. Again, Fabinger just being disruptive here. Cerchetti trying to find a way. Gets the... Oh, did he find the blade there? I couldn't actually hear. Wait, maybe I should turn the audio up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear a blade contact there, but the referee said parry or post. Alright. Now, it honestly kind of looks like Cerchetti doesn't really want to attack himself. And really, neither does Fabinger. Again, runs right into Fabinger's parry or post, but it's off target. Fabinger asking for a test there. Alright, more marching here from Cerchetti. Again, Fabinger's probably just trying to find the blade here so he can start. Although this bounce in, bounce out is kind of discontinuous. But Cerchetti misses, and Fabinger's counterattack works. So it's definitely looking like Fabinger's got a much wider repertoire of successful actions. Cerchetti's just hit with 2 counterattacks. His attacks have been not really anemic, but certainly ineffective this bout. Except really as a setup tool for his counterattack. But even in that case, I think he might be running out of options. Again, tries a long finish, right into a remise, but goes off target. And you can see there, Nils wasn't rushing his follow-up after Cerchetti's first attack failed. He knows that that's probably the only way that Cerchetti has back into this bout, so he's doing all that he can to shut it down. More of this bouncing from Fabinger. That's not really an attack, though. And Cerchetti is able to just start... Ooh, kind of scrappy there. Fabinger maybe a little lucky to get one light. Also, it did look like he was doing something a little sus with his back arm, but I don't think the referee was considered it enough to card. Cerchetti on the march. Not able to transition to Prem in time, though. Mostly because it was Niels who was really committing and causing that distance to collapse so far. If he'd been standing still, I think Cerchetti might have been able to get that line change and hidden Prem. Again, Niels is very eager to test some of these. He has been getting quite a few off targets. Cerchetti on the march. Niels being a little more static this time, and just right into another counterattack. Yeah, so that was pretty clearly a case of Cerchetti just not really having the repertoire of effective actions at his disposal to deal with Niels Fabinger. And now we move on to our 5th round. It's going to be Renner versus Augusto Cervello. Let's see how this goes. Now, Augusto, I think it's pretty clear by this point, is definitely the anchor for this Argentinian squad. So a lot of the work has got to be on him to not bleed too many touches in these critical, like, high leverage rounds. Conversely, it's kind of on Renner to just kind of not let Cervello into this bout, if possible. With a deficit of 7, Renner's probably going to want to slow this tempo down and give Augusto less chances to find stuff. But that's a really tough order, because, as I've said before, Augusto is ridiculously good. Fast tempo march. Accelerates into a pretty big 4-flick, but Renner was escaping, so it goes off target. Alright, Renner marches. Augusto probing into it. You can see he's a lot... Oh, wow, jeez, that flick. Yeah. Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of a few of those. But it looks like Augusto got hit in the hand at some point. Alright, Augusto finds it. A little bit of acceleration there. Honestly, not as fast as it could have been if he'd used more conventional footwork, if I'm honest. Now Renner, marching very slowly. And you can see how much more active on defense Augusto is than some of his teammates have been. Alright, finds the blade again. Finishes long, but Renner's able to escape. And Renner's doing a great job, it must be said, of keeping the tempo slow when he has the right-of-way. Look at that march. Now, Augusto's probably got to accelerate a little more. Oh, again, another kind of maybe a potential point of weakness that Renner picked up on was Augusto's searching quite a bit when he's marching. That time it was an off-target, but that could easily have been just a one-light counterattack for Renner. So Augusto's got to be careful of that. Oh, man, another off-target. I think that was Augusto's blade, though. Let's see what the ref says, though. He might be looking at the slow motion. Oh, it's parry post. Nice. Alright, so that's not good. Renner still marching pretty slowly. Augusto finds the blade. Nope. That time he did. And now he's able to start. And a counterattack for Renner. In the same hand that was injured before. Oh no. Alright, Renner keeps on marching. Augusto being very disruptive here. Finds the blade. Starts, goes long though. And that time a little too long for the distance. And Renner gets another off-target counterattack. Kind of different reason though. That wasn't Augusto searching too much. That was Augusto finishing too long. Oh no, he missed the flick! And the referee calls halt. I think Augusto was off the strip, yeah. So it's going to go back a meter. Alright, Renner marches into a 4-flick of his own, but goes off target. Long attack. Oh man! So normally Augusto is pretty dangerous in close like that, especially with some very wide flicks that he can pull off at very close distances. But Renner's reading this very well, must be said. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Was that Renner's parry post? Referee says it was. It's now a 10-point deficit. And again, this is a pretty crucial round for the Argentinians. Because Augusto being their anchor, you'd expect him to be trying to score quite a bit more in this round to even it up. Because Argentinians might not have many more chances. That's probably parry post from the right off target. Yep. Is that parry post right? Yes, it is. Okay. Again with the 6 flick. We've seen quite a few of those this match. Augusto marches. Quite a bit slower this time. Oh, another counterattack by Renner. And unlike both of the previous counterattacks, the first one was Augusto searching when he shouldn't have been. The second was him finishing a little too long. That one was him changing lines a little bit too late. So, again, although the actions have been pretty much all counterattacks for Renner, it's the setups have been very different. Augusto with the long finish. Renner escapes, though. Oh, okay. Augusto tried to remise there. That was a kind of new thing that might have caught Renner by surprise, but it unfortunately did not. Again, very active defense by Augusto. Starts. Again, not able to find a light at all with that very snappy flick. And it's an off target for Renner with his counterattack once again. Augusto marches. That's still going to be his, right? Surely. Yeah. So Renner is going to ask for a video review. I think what he's going to claim is it was a parry with the step back, and then there was just a bit of a delayed riposte there. I believe, though, that both were searching for the blade at the same time, so I do agree with that call that it goes to the right. Another beat attack for Augusto. Oh, no, it's a parry post, really? Interesting. I thought that one was even clearer than the previous one with them both searching. But I guess there were two. The first was the search. The second was the parry from the left. And that is a pretty huge loss there for the Argentinians. So now we're going to go to Alex Call versus Nicolas Marino. Call, of course, being the German anchor. It's going to be tough for Marino here to claw back into this 10-point deficit they've got. Especially, again, against someone as experienced as Call, who was... You saw against Cerchetti, he was struggling at first, but now he's got even more score room to play with. And... Uh-oh. Black screen for a sec? So with fencers like Call, who are more experienced, it's really only a matter of time before they really start to get rolling in the bout, even if you get a few touches early on. And in this case, Marino needs 15 touches early on to end the bout. Ooh, calls off the strip, though. So he's going to go back a meter. Attack off the line attempted by Call, though Marino's able to find the blade. Eventually finds an off target. Let's see. Marino marches, but finishes, and Call's taking it over. Point in line set up by Marino. Interesting. Haven't seen that yet, I don't think. And Marino's being very active on defense here. Bouncing in and out, all this stuff. Call's slowing things down with his march, but gives it up. Now Marino gets to march. Nice tempo changes, but Call reads it and just goes in with a counterattack at the right time. Now, it can be kind of tough to find the right time to counterattack there if your opponent, like Marino, is kind of varying the tempo slightly. That was just a very nice setup by Call. He's clearly quite experienced at this type of counterattack. Starts marching. Marino, oh, that's dangerous. Steps out with the point in line. Finds the blade, actually. Finishes long, but it's kind of an obvious tempo there, so Call's able to find it. Oh, no! Call chased. That was just a straight-up mistake by Call. Yeah. Just tried to stay in distance there and keep leaning forward into Marino's riposte. That time, attack off target by Marino. Still a 10-point deficit, though. This is kind of rough. Marino finds the blade, keeps pushing, and it's another counterattack for Call. Yeah, so given that and the previous touch, I'm pretty sure Call's just going to keep leaning into this counterattack for as long as it'll take to end this. Keeps marching. Marino with the point line set up again. Just run, yeah. I'm not sure what he was trying to achieve with that, but... Yeah, you get too close to the point of line, a fence like this is just going to take the... Wow, that remise, though! Wow, did you see that? The beat 6-flick into just the remise on the totally... Or, I guess, redoublement, technically, on the totally opposite side of the target. That was very nice by Call. And the lead widens for the Germans. Now Call being a little bit more conservative with his march, after that kind of flashy touch on the previous one. Marino accelerates into the wider distance, but yeah, so I think it's pretty safe to say there, Call just kind of outclassed his opponent. He was able to read distance a lot better and set up touches pretty much with impunity. So we're going to go to our 7th round, Renner versus Cerchetti. This is another one where kind of can't really tell you too much about either of these fencers before we get into it. But now a 14-point lead for the Germans. Oops, sorry, one sec. There we go. I'm going to actually drink a little bit of water. My voice is starting to feel it in my throat. At least I remember to bring water before such a long day of commentary. Alrighty, let's see what these two have in store for us. Moritz Renner and Dante Cerchetti. Alright, Cerchetti with the march. Oh, Renner tried that close distance riposte again, but missed, and Cerchetti just hits him in the arm. That can happen sometimes in a lefty-righty situation where you both stay on the inside. The first one to switch to the outside gets kind of a free chance to touch, but in that case it was off target. Oh, nice remise there by Cerchetti after the foreflick. Kind of mirroring what Call did to his teammate in the previous round. So that's one back for the Argentinians. Cerchetti marching kind of in his usual way, I think, with this kind of... He's played way out in 8, but very slow tempo. Oh, there was probably a core there somewhere. Yeah, referee's not going to call that one. Cerchetti's still favoring that foreflick to finish, though, which is interesting. Oh, dangerous distance there. Yeah, that's why. Cerchetti can just finish with a long lunge. Renner kind of... I don't know why he chose to stop moving back there. That was kind of weird. Alright, Cerchetti takes the blade and starts marching. Again, a long finish, but... Oh, wow! I think that was another remise. Didn't seem like Cerchetti took the blade back. So, kind of using Renner's tendency to look for that very close distance riposte against him. If he's going to pull the arm back for the riposte and step in, can be a little vulnerable to a remise there. Cerchetti just keeps marching, finishes long, but Renner parries, not looking for remise this... Oh, actually, staying in distance, but looking for a counter riposte. Let's see. Cerchetti marches again. Setup looks very familiar. Yeah, stays in distance again. So, I don't know if we'll see that... I kind of feel like this tactic by Cerchetti is kind of outliving its usefulness, though. Because every time he does it, Renner just gets another chance to study it and see what to do. That bounce in, bounce out footwork is interesting for Renner again. Alright, Cerchetti just keeps marching. With this blade, still towards the outside. Finishes off target there with the first intention one. So yeah, tactically this bout's kind of, honestly, a little bit boring. It's going to be that long finish from Cerchetti. He's either going to turn a light on or not, and if he doesn't, he's going to stay in distance and either look for a remise or counter riposte. We haven't really seen Renner have that many chances to attack himself. And based on his previous... Yeah, like there, he just kind of gives it up for no reason. I don't really know why he's doing that. But it's going to let Cerchetti start again, and here we go. We'll see if this develops the same way as before. Little blade taken there for good measure. Misses the foreflick, and then it's probably going to be the riposte from the left off target. wow! Okay. So that was a different tactic. Instead of playing off his long finish, Cerchetti just waits for Renner to step forward and just counterattacks with really no preamble whatsoever. So very surprising. Alright, Cerchetti keeps pushing, finishes long, again stays in distance, looking for either a counterattack or a counter post or some sort of blade action there. But again, I can't help but feel like it's a little bit like he's been doing that a few too many times, and Renner's just going to know it now. Alright, Cerchetti keeps marching. Finishes long into the preem. Wow, okay. So that's another tactical option after going for all these. Instead of going for the long finish, you go for long finish compound and deceive the parry. So instead of looking for second intention, you're hitting first intention, but in a different line than they're expecting. Alright, continues marching in the same way. And another long finish. And again, felt like Renner was... like, Cerchetti pulled the trigger right as Renner was kind of deciding to stop moving backward, and I don't know why he was. Like, Renner knows exactly how long Cerchetti's finish is. He's been finishing at the same distance pretty much every single time. It's just the lines that's been different. That time Renner missed. Okay, so Renner's got to kind of focus up here. Doesn't want to bleed too many more touches if he can. That's probably going to be Renner's attack. Yep. So, another kind of unfortunate counterattack situation there for Cerchetti. Yep. Alright, Renner keeps marching. Wow, nice finish. But Cerchetti did find a piece of the blade right there at the very end. So goes off target. 19 seconds. Renner keeps marching. Nice counterattack that time by Cerchetti. Much better setup. Still kind of using that deep 4 position to do it. Not unlike right after he finished it with his long attack. Okay. So this time Cerchetti takes the blade back and starts marching again, rather than just looking immediately for the remise. Not that time, and it's Renner's riposte off target. But there are only 5 seconds of the bout left. So although Cerchetti should be commended for doing as well as he has used quite a lot of time to get this far. Finds another off target with 3 seconds on the clock. Probably won't see many more than one touch, if that, scored this bout. 2, 1, and that's time. So, nice showing by Cerchetti against Renner. That's going to give Marino quite a bit more room to play with against Fabinger here. But based on what I've seen of both of these guys before, I feel like Fabinger is going to be a little bit... probably come off a little bit better in this round than Marino. And that will, of course, leave us with Call versus Cervello, the anchor versus anchor showdown that happens at the end of every team match. But in order to set them up, this is a very important bout. I've heard it said that often in team matches, it's not the anchor versus anchor, or the like similar, like the, what am I trying to say? Like the same skill level opponents that are the critical ones. It's the ones that happen right before that, right? So this round is critical for setting up the last one. Oh, no. That's riposte for the left. Kind of unfortunate choice by Marino to stay in and look for the remise. This is a very different bout than the previous one. And that immediate remise idea that worked so well for Cerchetti is not here. And a counterattack by Fabinger as Marino tries to hit in preem. Oh, dear. Okay, a little bit of a flurry of blade actions back and forth. Eventually it's an off target for Fabinger. Marino marches. Fabinger doing the bounce in, bounce out thing that Renner was doing earlier, actually. And Marino using point and line again. And that's enough to turn around, but again, he's late with the finish, and Fabinger just gets another off target. So, what can Marino do here? Maybe finish a little bit closer distance? Because he's been so late with his arm previously that Fabinger seems pretty brave trying to stay so close and look for a counterattack. So maybe just turn that start into a very sharp short lunge for Marino. Alright, Marino marches. Fabinger again doing the bounce in, bounce out. So the light turned on. Looked like the light turned on really late for Marino there. He's going to ask for a video review. Now, if the light being late was actually real and not just an artifact of maybe the stream delay or something, I could see that going to Fabinger just because the late light probably means that Marino missed. Yep, and I think that's what the referee was saying there. So even though Marino was the one marching, I think he actually missed the first one and hit his remise, which would mean that it's Fabinger's counterattack that happened, or that had priority there. Fabinger, ooh, interesting. Breaks distance and then tries to step in. Now Marino knows that, and he's going to accelerate, but did he find the blade at the end there? No. It's Fabinger's riposte. Alright, so what can you do here as Marino? This is a pretty unfortunate situation to be in. Fabinger, though, is not really being very aggressive here. Seems pretty content to let Marino march at him. I say that, though, Fabinger turns it around, starts marching himself, and finishes, yeah. So unfortunately, I think, again, Marino's kind of outclassed here, just overall. Let's see. Again, though, Fabinger seems totally fine letting Marino march, and wow, able to steal one. Fabinger made a pretty questionable decision, I think, to stand and search there. He could have just as easily retreated and been safe. But any touch for Argentina is good at this point. Alright, more slow marching from Marino. Wow, able to find another attack, this time to the flank. And again, Fabinger looked like he was kind of just standing and searching. He was kind of moving back, but not really as much as he could have been. So, probably going to be another on the board there for Marino. And in response, Fabinger checks the, oh. He might, oh, maybe the off-target was caused by a malfunction, not even him touching something. But that's going to lead to a little bit of a break in the fencing, which actually, coming off of 2 touches pretty much right in a row from Marino, is going to benefit him, I think, for psychological reasons. You get 2 touches right in a row, start rolling with a comeback, and give your opponent a little bit of time to ponder that fact and consider their impending doom as they're also trying to fix their equipment. Of course, psychological things like that tend to have a relatively minor role in high-level foil, because all these guys have been surely training to deal with just that sort of circumstance. But it can have something of an influence, so it deserves to be remarked upon here. Alright, looks like Fabinger's stuff works now. He's going to test. So, now that Marino's had a little bit of time to think, because remember, Marino wasn't having to replace any of his stuff. So I wonder if he's been able to cook up some new strategies while that little bit of downtime was happening. Alright, Marino keeps marching. Fabinger's doing the same idea on defense. That time Marino just... okay, that's a little better. So before, Marino was having some trouble finishing late and having his arm kind of in the wrong position. That time he just marched super slow and just put the tip on as Fabinger stepped in. Very much an... I hesitate to say old school because it's referring to the time maybe like 5 years ago, but... kind of a more conventional way to deal with a crushing counterattack if you're marching is to just angulate and put the tip on, rather than making a line change or something like that. That time's Fabinger's remise. Marino wasn't really in a good condition to riposte after he found the blade. I'm going to drink a little bit more water. Apologies. Alright, Marino on the march. Fabinger finds the blade though, but Marino starts again, goes off target. Interesting, so that time Marino was actually finishing at quite closer distance, just with a short lunge. Went off target though. And it's another attack from Marino, surely. There it is. Maintaining a 10-point deficit. Alright, Fabinger finds the blade and starts marching. Marino with the pointed line set up. Fabinger just takes the blade though. So let's see what Marino's really trying to do here on defense. Oh, Fabinger didn't find the blade, but wow, epic counter post there. I don't think you could really call that a second intention because I don't think Fabinger was expecting to not hit with his first one. But very well done nonetheless. Marino tries to turn that on his head and go for a counter post of his own. But no dice. Oh, what's that? Oh, mask word. Alright, more marching here from Marino. Fabinger, again, not too active on defense, but now Fabinger can march. Marino with the point of line. He's had trouble dealing with this attack before. Not this time, though. Kind of maybe a little lucky that he didn't get hit there, but counterattack, I'm sure he'll take it. Alright, Marino pushes. Finishes way out of distance, able to defend himself from Fabinger's own attack and start himself. Nice tempo change. Yeah, nice. Slowing way down and then, again, just putting the tip on from where his hand happens to be. Not trying to go for a big line change into Preem or anything. Nice solution to deal with Fabinger's step-in counterattack. Ooh! Thank God it was one light off target, because I have no idea how I would call that. But also, Fabinger broke his blade. So Marino's going to get even more time to think. This is, honestly, psychologically speaking, one of the most one-sided bouts I've seen, where all the equipment, all the bad stuff's happening to one person. And again, this is while Fabinger already has a massive lead, and Marino's the one kind of spoiling for a comeback here. But with only 21 seconds left, I'm not sure how long we'll have for that advantage to really tell. How do you call this one? Okay, attack off target. Alright, Marino marches, misses, and Fabinger goes off target behind the head. Alright, Fabinger marches this time. Marino just running away. Not really doing point of line like before, but still searching. Ooh, again, kind of lucky to not get hit there. Fabinger hits off target as the distance collapses. But Fabinger's been pretty good at hitting that previously. But now Marino marches, and this time it's Fabinger with point of line, just waiting out the clock, and there we go. 38-29. So, a 9-point deficit as we go into our last round, featuring none other than, on the left, Alexander Kahl of Germany, and on the right, Augusto Cervello, who, I'm not being biased, but I totally want to win. First to 45 wins. So, it's all on Augusto now. He's got to come back 9 points and score at least one more after that, all while preventing Alex from scoring 7. Oof, this is tough. On the other hand, this is the situation where fencers like both Alex and Augusto can really shine. Where if there's a little bit more time to get their tactics and energy rolling, they're able to keep the tempo high so they can score a lot of touches in that narrow time frame. You can get some pretty epic streaks going on. This is always the most exciting part of any team match, is the last bout of the match with the score not already at like 40-39 or something. Let's see. I think Alex is having some equipment problems of his own. Alright, there's the weight test. There's the test. Alright. What do you got for us, Augusto? Let's see it. Alright, Alex marches slowly. Augusto steps in, looking for possibly a remise there, but Alex just hits off target. Alright, Augusto marches. Alex is showing him a really big preem for some reason, I don't know why. Nice counterattack, though. Yeah, it looks like Augusto's have been pretty vulnerable to counterattacks from all these Germans so far today. And Call is proving no different. Call marches slowly. Oh, stops though. And first one from Augusto's no, and then Call's remise off target, and then Augusto's remise. Little sloppy there. And again, you can really see that Augusto wants to keep the tempo high. Both because, I happen to know he likes defense fast when he can, but also, with 2 minutes 39 seconds to score now 10 touches, you've got to score very, very rapidly. And the higher tempo means that there's more opportunities to score. Not that time, though. Parry post for Alex Call, very snappy, as Augusto looks for the remise. And an attack by Alexander Call. Oh no. This is quickly getting away from the Argentinians here. Augusto finds the blade. Again, Call just showing a really big preem. I don't know what that's for. Augusto pushes, finishes with a really deep foreflick, though. That's nice. Still down 11 points, though. This is brutal. Another counterattack by Call. And that time, Augusto was actually going a little too slow. In my opinion, his arm was too far back, and he wasn't really covering much ground on the strip. Call tries an attack off the line. Augusto was able to find the parry, but then Call just kind of leaned off the side of the strip. Attack by Augusto is off target. Wow. Alright, Call marches. Oh, and it's one light for Augusto that time with the counterattack. That's another thing that Augusto can do quite a bit is... It is a counterattack, but it's just a straight lunge. He's not really doing a closeout or anything. It's just the sheer speed of it that causes him to get one light. Oh, no! That looked a little painful. Hope he's okay. Oh. Wait, yellow card for Augusto? Oh! Oh, man. Call already had a yellow card for his equipment earlier. So he gets a red card here. And Augusto gets a yellow. Wow, okay. Interesting. I'm sure Augusto will take the free touch there. Despite the despite paying for it with his body. Alright, so 10 touches in 2 minutes and 8 seconds. It's doable, but it's going to be really tough. Let's see. Call marches. Again, look how active Augusto's being. Wow, look at that! That's what active defense can do for you. You can just set up that just straight lunge into prep so easily. I know I mentioned that in the bout of Chase Emmers that I covered. Oh, misses the first flick and core. Alright, Call marches into the parry post by Augusto. Oh, I want to believe. That was just a few seconds to score 2 touches just now, so... It is possible. Let's see. Augusto takes the blade and starts. Again, fast tempo, but finishes out of distance, and Call's able to start. And you can see Call's trying to maintain this very even tempo of march, despite Augusto doing everything he can to disrupt it. Augusto finds the blade and starts. Again, gives it up, and Alex again marches slowly. Now this slow marching by Call is bleeding quite a few seconds every time he does it. Oh no, with another counterattack! And again, Augusto was searching too much there. That's really why that counterattack was able to work. So, still proving to be maybe a systematic vulnerability of his against these counterattack-happy Germans. Call tries another attack off the line, but again he steps off the side of the strip after Augusto finds the blade. I gotta say, Augusto's been... looks like he's been almost immune to attacks off the line just because his parry post is so snappy and quick. Call marches. Augusto tries to take it over, but again, Call's just on the blade. Oh, man. Off target by Augusto. Testing a little bit hard there. But I'm sure he's just amped up a little bit. Alright, Augusto finds the blade. Wow, that... man. Can't tell you how many times he's hit me with that exact touch. The cross step into the deep foreflick. Oh man, that was Call's to... yeah, that was Call's touch to lose, and he did lose it. I think he actually successfully deceived the blade, but just missed. And what Augusto hoped would have been a riposte was actually a counterattack, but he still won light. Oh, man. Nice broken time idea there for Augusto. Goes off target, though, as Call was running away a little slow. Augusto pushes. Call defends, though, and Augusto runs in with the... Ooh. Yeah, that's riposte left. Augusto a little frustrated there, but yeah, I do feel like that was riposte left pretty clearly. There were touches earlier in the same match where there was an even longer time between the riposte, or the parry and the riposte, and it was still given. So... Oh, is that another equipment problem for Call? Huh. I guess the clip on the floor cord just came off. Alright, 1 minute, 7 seconds. Alright, Call found the blade there, so he's going to start marching in 8. Augusto again being very active here. Able to find the blade, though, and start. Long finish, but Call escapes. Augusto trying to scare him, do anything he can to break up this finish. Close distance, and... possible technical card there for a blow with the guard or pommel, but the ref's not going to call it. That's fair. Augusto finds the blade, runs into the... Okay. He kind of tried the same cross step into a deep flick as before, but ended up just crashing into Call there. Augusto finds the blade and starts. Long finish. Wow. Actually finding the flank that time. Interesting. Against a right-handed opponent. Because before he was looking for a bunch of deep flicks. Perhaps that was training Call to search for that time. Alright, Call marches though. And again, every time Call marches, he gets a few seconds on the clock for free. Essentially. Anything he can do to waste time and give Augusto fewer chances to hit is good. But another one-light counterattack. Again, set up by that active footwork on defense, able to just go straight in. And Call not able to find the target. So 38 to 44. Augusto's been doing a great job clawing this back, but it might be too late. Let's see. Only 30 seconds left now. Oh my god! Call again attacked off the line and ran into Augusto's parry riposte. 39 to 44. Jeez. Oh, I want to believe. Alright, Call marches. Oh no. Augusto's being... Oh, wow, he finds it anyway! What? Oh man, because before Augusto was looking for that remise and Call just hit him. I don't know what Call's deal is now, but 40 to 44. 22 seconds for 4 touches. This is doable now. Alright, point and line setup. Oh no! Augusto threw the flick, but it missed. And Call gets a stop hit to win the bout 45 to 44. Augusto laying out a whoop there at the end, even though he lost. That was quite an epic string of touches. Again, he was down, what, like 29 to 30 something going into that period. So very nice showing by him. And again, I'm super stoked that I can have someone on my channel who I've actually fenced against a few times. Alright, that is going to be that for this video. I'm going to cover a few... I don't know if I'll cover more, that many more team matches, because they are a bit tough on my throat to commentate all the way through for like an hour. But definitely more videos from this World Cup are going to be forthcoming in the very near future. So until those are out, as always, stay sharp.